So Saturday night, I was at the after party. And Brian Barczyk was there, and Peter was there. Like, everybody was there. And we were there for about an hour, and my friend Peter was like, "Hey, Brian's gonna head back to his room. I'm gonna go with him and hang out." And I was like, "Well, he's the reason why I'm here, so I'm gonna go with you." So me, Peter, Peter's friend Steve-O, and Brian all went back to Brian's room. And got back there and just sat down, started talking like old times, and we got there at probably like 7:30 or so, I would say. We're just sitting there talking about old times, and around 10 o'clock, Peter was like, "Hey, bud, we're going to get out of here so you can get some rest." And literally, Brian just looked at us and was like, "Please don't go, just stay here for a little bit longer." And so of course we did. And Brian like kind of talked with us a little about like what was going on with him. And he told us that he just had blood work done recently, and that he was back, but the blood work didn't look good. And we were all gutted. And he kind of talked with us a little bit about what the next steps were, and how, if the blood work was correct and, the tumors have grown, that he would have to stop chemo, and they would start clinical trials. And we hung out with him for a little bit longer, and probably till it was like 11:30 or so. And then finally, we kind of got out of there, and Peter and I both like broke down on the way to our rooms. And it was definitely, as Peter would say, a shit sandwich. That's for sure. And probably the hardest part was, knowing all this stuff, and watching how Brian was all day Sunday with everybody, where like so positive and so like him. If you've never met Brian in person, he makes you feel, whenever you're talking to him, like you are the most important person in the room, no matter if you know him or not. And you get this feeling that most people can't give random people. And literally like me knowing what was really going on, and him kind of like being like, yeah, like, it was so great for you to come, like, you know, we'll see you soon, stuff like that. And you almost have to, like, you knew that, like, he knew that this could be like the last time that he sees some of these people, and some of these people have been his friends for fucking ever. And yeah, that was fucking hard to watch. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. And yeah, like, like, don't even know what the fuck to say, man. Because anything I say right now, like, I'm just gonna cry even worse. But he's been a brother to me for fucking 15 years, if not more. And probably more. Like, it's been so long since we've been friends. You know, he was one of the only people that, like, stayed by my side while, like, I was out of the industry. Like, Brian and I used to talk at least once a week, if not, like, more often. I mean, whenever I was going through my divorce and shit, like, he would call me every day. And whenever I was going through my hard times, like, you know, he's a true friend. Like, there was one time that whenever the business was failing, and like, I didn't have a fucking money to my name whatsoever, because at one point I was like leaking like $5,000 a month just to make ends meet. And that's really whenever whenever shit like went south for the business and stuff like that, is whenever I couldn't afford to keep doing it. And I remember one time that, like, you know, I'd only get to see my son here and there, like, because I had split custody at the time. And my electric got turned off at my house because I was so late on the fucking payment. And I was talking to Brian about it, and he literally paid for my electric bill so I could have power for whenever my son was there. And it's just stuff like that, that, like, the man's just got the biggest heart in the world. And he means so much to so many people. Like, I'm just glad that I'm one of the people that's, like, super close to him. And, you know, it's one of those things that, like, he's one of my best friends ever. And I know I don't, like, talk about it a lot because, like, I'm not the type of person to try to use it as, like, clout like some people do. And that's probably why, like, I don't, like, you know, say it a lot. But he's definitely my brother, and means so much to me. And then the other hard part was watching my friend Peter had to leave AnimalCon around 3, and to catch his flight back to Australia. And he, as he was saying goodbye to Brian, like broke down, and Brian broke down, and it was really hard. Not just feeling bad for Peter, but like I also knew in the back of my mind that in a couple hours I would have to do the same fucking thing. Or I'd have to hug my friend. And I just hoped that it wouldn't be the last time I saw him. So, yeah, we went to, finished out the day at AnimalCon on Sunday, and then the after party was at Gatorland, and, went to Gatorland, hung out with everybody, and, at the end, whenever Brian was like, all right, well, I'm going to start saying bye to everybody, and, he's such a magnetic personality that everybody, wants a little bit of time with him, and, so it's hard to, we had to go find Savannah to say goodbye to her, and, we were walking through the park, and literally everybody wants to, stop and say hi, and which is amazing. But it takes a little while. But, Brian makes time for every single person. And that's just fucking amazing. So obviously it took us a little time to get out of Gatorland, because he was saying goodbye to everybody. And, I just stayed right there with him. I was going to walk him out to his car, because I wanted to be one of the last people that, saw him before he got in the car. Plus, didn't want to make a big scene. So, we finally get out to the car, and, I gave him a big hug and told him I loved him, and that I'd see him again. And, yeah. The only good part was after I got in the car, I had this crazy feeling like it wasn't going to be the last time that I saw him. So, I'm just kind of holding out hope that I'm right, and that he can beat this fucking thing, and that one of these clinical trials is the miracle that he fucking needs, because the reptile community needs him, and the influencer community, and fucking the world. So, yeah. It's a fucking shit sandwich. And then I talked to him yesterday. Today's Wednesday, by the way. I know it's live, but like people are watching this like later. So like yesterday I got the news about, like, I texted him, and or actually today's Thursday. I don't even know what freaking day it is. I talked to him on Tuesday after he had the scan and he didn't have the results. And then yesterday I reached out to him to see if he got the results back. And he did, and that's what he posted on Twitter, if you guys haven't seen. So basically the tumor did grow and it spread. So now we're just praying for a miracle. But if anybody can beat this fucking thing, it's him. Because he doesn't know how to fail. And he's definitely not going to quit. So, yeah. Sorry for getting a little bit emotional, but I definitely got to experience two different sides of AnimalCon. And definitely I recommend all you guys go into it next year. And hopefully we'll see Brian there again. But, yeah. This year was definitely a roller coaster for sure. So, that being said, give your prayers to Brian. And, I know we're all behind him and supporting him in this. So, yeah. Sorry for getting a little emotional on you guys. So now, that is one of the reasons why I was like, I need to start doing more YouTube again, because Brian was the inspiration to do it in the first place. So it's about time that I start doing it again. So I'm going to start with some lives just to get my feet wet again, and then some shorts and try to get the algorithm up, and then I'll start making some actual videos again. I think the lives are kind of cool though, because then I can interact with you guys and answer questions. So might be a lot of these. But yeah, I think I've been way long enough. It's time to do the damn thing again. But on a cooler note, like on Saturday, actually Sunday, after all this, don't be sorry, this is what makes us human, sending hugs, as I know personally how hard it is. Yeah, it is. It is. It's fucking real hard. So Sunday, after knowing all this stuff, I actually asked Brian if I could jump on a couple panels, and I ended up doing 2 panels, and, next year I'll be going as a creator. Just because, it was Brian's dream to do this AnimalCon thing, and, I gotta help be one of the people that makes it continuously go on. So, and just hopefully he's gonna be there.